Okay, everybody, this is Uhfgood, and this is Enchanted Lands update number 40. And this time, I am going to write down kind of what I said. Actually, I wonder if I should just write it here. Maybe I should separate these with, like, dashes or something. And then what I'll do is I'll that let's see, Control C, B, V, B, and what did I do here? Plot point 2. Finally, is a long lost son of the king and queen. Prince Karen halfway decides a plan to attack Max and rescue John and destroy the machine. We go back to the Gnome Kingdom, and I guess, let's see. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Let's do something here. There. That's where that should be. This is actually part of part 5. And so part 1 here, I'm just going to go ahead and say exactly what I said in the other video, which is we start out with Harold. I'll say halfway because Harold is not going to be the name. I'm just so used to it because it's almost since 2008 or something that I've used Harold, and maybe it was because of Harry Potter. I don't know. I don't think it was. I just thought it was, it was originally Harold Halfway, and now it's just Halfway. We don't know his real name. Maybe he'll be something else, or maybe I'll do a joke or something. Maybe we'll find out at the very end his real name is Harold Pottage or something goofy like that. But we start out with Halfway getting summoned, and actually he doesn't get summoned just yet. So we start out with Halfway. Let's do it like this here. Halfway gets news that someone boarding up all the inns and taverns at the resort hub. And just for the moment there, including the Grand Enchanted Landian Hotel. And let's see, Knights Academy, Wizard, and Wizard U. I think I had the would-be princesses were captured. I think. I'm not sure if that's the way I had it before, so I'll have to go back and see if I can find that. So he gets to this news that it's boarded up, and he gets word that the only hotel open is the That's in the Belfry Hotel, on the outskirts of the resort hub. We'll just say that. I haven't really figured out a map or figured out what's going on over around the hub here. Okay, the only place to eat. Actually, I could have one more place to eat, because that could be part of a a plan or whatever. You remember in Monkey Island, if you played The Secret of Monkey Island, that you have to go into the tavern, the Scum Tavern, and to talk to the three pirates. And in the back there's a kitchen, and at one point you actually get into the kitchen and you make some sort of sleeping deal with this leg of mutton that you find, and some yellow flower out in the forest, and some nonsense like that. But maybe we can do something where something is still open or whatever. The only place to eat is the Scarborough Fair. I'll put fair with the E on here. Scarborough Fair chicken franchise. And so any food you have to eat is there. Okay, so he's seeing these places being closed down and stuff, and so something's odd about that. And then after a while, he gets summoned to the administration castle, and then of course the same thing is up there. When he enters, he's told he's been fired and that Enchanted Lands has been sold to Max. I still am thinking of coming up with a different name for Max, for his alter ego. Maximilian Spell, that's his name. He's an evil warlock. I think I said sorcerer at one point. We'll say warlock, sorcerer, whatever, evil wizard, whatever you want to call him. But in this case, at this point, Halfway does not know who Max is. He has some sort of idea. This guy comes in, he's kind of slick, dressed in a suit. Maybe something modern, maybe not. Now, the cool thing about the way this game works is that you can find a portal from anywhere to here. So I'm toying with the idea of setting, like, my favorite decades, the 80s, and either setting it in there but then allowing other time periods to actually come into Enchanted Lands, because maybe it's like timeless. It's the nexus between worlds, and so maybe there's no time there, and so maybe you can have people from different time periods actually visit Enchanted Lands. So Max is perfectly fine when he comes in with a business suit. He looks like he's from Earth, from our world, business, but he's all in black. He's a black suit, everything black tie. His hair is slicked back. He's got kind of this brooding kind of quality to him, and but Halfway doesn't really know. He might suspect something. He might suspect that he knows him, but he isn't sure. There's something about him that it's kind of tickles his memory a little bit, but he still doesn't know who he is, and so that's going to probably be the subject of the of this part of the game. So now I'm not sure how I should write this, because I can kind of just write it kind of as a story, and because you're gonna be playing actually halfway. Okay, so I have an idea of what uh, this is the starting of it, but maybe I should get into the whole plot point and everything. Inciting incident, plot point one, which is a turning point or a hook. Um, Midpoint, plot point two, climax resolution. Um, I don't know why my ear is itching. It just is. It could be just stupid allergies because I get them all the time. In any case, um, so he's been fired. Max promptly, actually, I should say, the king kind of looks and acts a bit strangely before he physically ejects halfway out. Luckily, halfway does have his magic, and so he does not die or whatever. Okay, so I wonder if the castle in the clouds or the sky, I wonder if that should be like on like a beanstalk or something, like Jack and the Beanstalk. I'm not really trying to. I'm not trying to do what King's Quest did, bringing old fairy tales. Although I do have Red Riding Hood, but maybe maybe it's the castle in the clouds. Maybe it's literally on a huge beanstalk or something. In any case, so all I'm doing is just kind of setting up here. And then I'm gonna have to, in the later, in the next few videos, I'm gonna have to set up the main plot points that are in there, because this first plot point is actually this is actually halfway's goal, is to get John Thomas to enter Enchanted Lands, and so part of it is going to be him finding out stuff. Part of it's going to be you learning Max, who Max is. I don't know if I will tell the player who Max is right away, but he'll still be able to play him maybe. So by the time we get to the end of part one, that's where plot point one is, when John enters. And so that will kind of be the halfway's main goal. So in a sense, we're starting the story from halfway's perspective, not from John Thomas's perspective, because he doesn't even feature until the end of the game, the end of this part essentially, and the beginning of the part two, because they'll have some more investigating to do. They discover Maximilian, who Maximilian is, and I put on here, let's see, tourists were taken are now zombified slaves. I'm not sure how we'll get into that, but I do know that we'll make a go of it. Halfway, and John will be trying to figure stuff out. We'll be introduced to Karen somewhere in here. In fact, Karen will probably be starting in here. So in here, all we have is Max, and we have who's disguised, and we have Halfway. These are the only main characters, right? Maybe Violet Moonshadow's there. I don't know what she'll be doing or what will be going on, but maybe that's what happens. So in the next time, I hope to either be starting on an actual, like a game or like a test level or a test dealy in Armory, but also we should be getting to working on part one story. So I guess I will see you then.